Jayne Mansfield was a Hollywood icon known for her stunning curves and charisma, but her glorious life had a sudden tragic end in a car accident that killed her. She married thrice, but each ended in divorce, infidelity, and custody battles. Why was Jayne never able to find true happiness? Stay tuned as we would be looking at the rare photos and many such little-known facts about Jayne Mansfield. Jayne was born on April 19, 1933 in Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania. The only child of Herbert William Palmer and Vera Palmer, Jayne inherited more than $90,000 from her maternal grandfather and $36,000 from her maternal grandmother. Jayne Mansfield's early life was marked by several personal hardships, one of which was the early death of her father. Her father died when Jayne was only 3 years old, leaving her mother Vera Palmer to raise her and her siblings on her own. This tragedy had a profound impact on Jayne and shaped her outlook on life and her career. She was driven to succeed and make a name for herself in the entertainment industry, in part as a way of honoring her father's memory.
And there's no one there to hold the hand and say, I love you, everything's going to be fine. This one person in particular.
Mansfield was not just beautiful, she was highly intelligent too. While in high school, she kept at the top of her classes and graduated as one of the best. As a little girl, Mansfield idolized Hollywood stars Shirley Temple, and this was her first motivation to join the entertainment industry. But it was a difficult start, even for a lady as endowed as Jayne Mansfield. She auditioned for several studios, including Paramount Pictures and Warner Bros. However, she faced rejection and disappointment at these auditions and struggled to establish herself in the industry. Despite her talent, she was often told that she wasn't conventionally beautiful enough or that her acting skills were not up to the par. This rejection, combined with her constant comparisons to Marilyn Monroe, made it difficult for Jayne to establish her own unique identity in Hollywood. Mansfield's first acting appearance was a few minutes in an episode in the CBS series Lux Video Theater. But on the brighter side of things, while her acting career was off to a bumpy start, her modeling career blossomed. She started out competing in local beauty contests in college, won a few school titles, and by 1955, she was the Playboy Playmate of the Month in a magazine that featured top stars like Marilyn Monroe and Anita Ekberg. And of course, this meant great things for her acting career. It wouldn't be long before she was called for the role Jerry Jordan in the 1956 American musical The Girl Can't Help. She shook up the box office and went on to become the most successful movie of the year.
No one thinks I'm equipped for motherhood.
With a string of other box office successes, Jayne won a Theatre World Award and a Golden Globe. With a high-profile acting career and a solid reputation in the modeling industry, Jayne Mansfield was at the top of her game. But sadly, she would let all this get to her head, and that marked the beginning of her unbecoming.
Yes, promise her anything in love.
This picture of Lorraine stealing a glance at Mansfield's cleavage continues to stir up controversies even after 6 decades. This was at a party by Paramount in honor of Sophia. Was she ever jealous of Mansfield? Well, it looked like she was. Mansfield was at the prime of her career at the time. She was selling out nightclub shows regularly. Her future in the modeling game was very promising, and her acting career looked even better. She was simply irresistible. At Sophia's party, everything was moving smoothly until Mansfield arrived to steal the show. She dropped a lot of jaws with her backless satin dress, which she had with no bra. This photograph caught Sophia sneaking a peek at Lauren's cleavage, and the expression on her face says it all. Although there were other pictures of the two actresses completely into it, this was the real deal breaker. While Lauren was not especially fond of the latest blonde in town, she denied any sort of conflict between her and Mansfield. Why was she staring that way? She explained that she was just scared that Mansfield's dress might rip out and all hell will be let loose.
And what did she do? She was doing like this on the table and...
Listen, look at this picture. Where are my eyes? I'm staring at her nipples because I'm afraid they are about to come onto my plate.
No, but I was afraid that they were going to finish in my plate.
The actress revealed in an interview with Vanity Fair. Mansfield is known for always trying to get the most attention in the room. She might have tried to steal Lauren's show, and while this might have brought in a lot of admirers, like most things in the world, it came at a price too expensive even for the wealthy Jayne Mansfield. With her voluptuous figure and charming looks, Jayne easily attracted all kinds of men, even from a very tender age. When she was 16, she met Paul Mansfield at a high school party, and it was almost an instant connection. Jayne married him a year later, and it was not until a few weeks into the marriage that she realized that it was a terrible decision. Although they share a child, their marriage was a very troubled one.
I think that it's largely up to the man, of course.
Oh, well, it's a very
Paul wanted Jayne as a full-time housewife, but all Mansfield desired was to spread her wings and see how far she could fly. He made her withdraw from a lot of competitions, and at this point, divorce was inevitable. They separated, and Paul would go back for his daughter when Jayne started her Playboy appearances. According to him, he didn't want his daughter to be negatively influenced. A few weeks after her divorce was finalized, Jayne would give love another shot with former Miss Universe, Mickey Hargitay. They met at a nightclub where Mickey worked as a bodybuilder. He proposed to her in 1957, and Jayne made sure that their wedding was the talk of the town. But this was far from her happily ever after either. Mickey got bankrupt, and Jayne was troubled that she couldn't keep up with her luxurious lifestyle. So she got romantically involved with many top industry men. Multiple sources believe that she even had a thing with the Kennedy brothers. Jayne separated from Mickey, and a lot of dramas evolved from their separation. They shared 3 children, and Jayne would accuse her ex-husband of kidnapping one of them. Her last marriage had the most tragic ending. Jayne got married to an Italian director, Matt Climber, in 1964. At that time, the hype for busty blondes in Hollywood was fading, and this was bad news for Jayne. She struggled for roles, and her Italian husband would push her into low-class Italian films, and the Jayne Mansfield era in Hollywood was slowly coming to an end. The American actress separated from her husband and became a chronic drunk. Maybe her last husband was responsible for her ill fate. Separating from him should give her back her place in Hollywood, isn't it? But only a few things are ever that easy. At this time, Jayne spent most of her time drinking away her sorrows while relinquishing the good old days. In 1966, during a visit to the Jungle Land, USA, a lion attacked her son, leaving a scary deep bite on his neck. The boy survived after multiple surgeries, and Jayne, although she was not the mother of the decade, her children were precious to her. If only she knew that she had little time left to spend with them. Jayne's last appearance on the screen was in the 1967 American comedy film A Guide for the Married Man. Mansfield stirred up a lot of controversies in 1996 when she linked up with Anton LaVey, the infamous head of the Satanic Church. There were rumors of an affair between them, but this was never proven. But the story got more interesting after LaVey's daughter testified against Jayne. She claimed that she shared a bedroom with her father, and LaVey had just given Jayne the title High Priestess of San Francisco Church of Satan. Unfortunately, there was never enough time to unravel these mysteries. On June 29, 1967, Jayne Mansfield died in a car crash at the age of 34. She had just finished a performance at a nightclub and was on her way to a TV interview in New Orleans. She had her children at the back while she sat in front with her boyfriend, Samuel S. Brody, and the driver. Their car ran under a truck, killing everyone in the front seats instantly. Her children, who were sleeping at the back, survived with severe injuries. After Jayne's death, there were strong rumors that the force of the crash decapitated the actress because of a photograph of the accident, which had Mansfield's signature blonde wig pressed against the windscreen. However, an autopsy revealed that she wasn't decapitated. Rather, her skull was crushed. Her daughter Mariska Hargitay remembers nothing about the tragic night, and like her mom, she would become an actress. She was featured in the 1999 American drama Law & Order. And this was a tragic end of Jayne Mansfield's glorious career. Do you have any fond memories of Jayne Mansfield? Do you think Lauren was jealous of her? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, then please watch our other videos on all the beautiful actresses of yesteryear.